Namaste and welcome to the Saturday Write Fever, where I review my favorite self-help books. We used to earlier do this on Tuesdays, but several people who are watching the videos on social media reached out to me and requested me to do it on Saturdays as they get more time on weekends to watch these videos. So we're now going to do it on Saturdays. Today I discuss another favorite book of mine called The Courage to be Disliked by Ichiro, Kishami and Fumitake, Koga. I'm going to break the session into three parts. In the first part, I will share with you the summary, meaning and gist of the book. In the second part, we shall watch a short, powerful video clip with Rami Malek from his movie Mr. Robot. And in the third part, I shall share 13, 0 plus 12 cutting-edge insights with ideas for action that you may practice and apply in your personal, professional and all dimensions of life. So welcome once again to Saturday Write Fever. The Courage to be Disliked is about exploring the concept of finding happiness and fulfillment by letting go of the need for social approval and embracing our true selves. It delves into the psychology of self-acceptance, the importance of self-awareness and the courage needed to be ourselves, even if that means being disliked by others. The title, The Courage to be Disliked, refers to the courage needed to break free from the constraints of societal expectations and be ourselves. It's about embracing our individuality and finding happiness within. The book offers a unique perspective on happiness, self-acceptance and personal growth. It challenges readers to rethink their values, priorities and relationships and to cultivate the courage to be themselves. The book is written in a dialogue format between a philosopher and a young man exploring concepts of self-acceptance, interpersonal relationships and happiness. So welcome to the Saturday Write Fever and let's learn more about the courage to be disliked.
What is it about society that disappoints you so much?
Oh, I don't know. Is it that we collectively thought Steve Jobs was a great man, even when we knew he made billions off the backs of children? Or maybe it's that it feels like all our heroes are counterfeit. The world itself's just one big hoax, spamming each other with our running commentary bullshit masquerading as insight, our social media faking as intimacy. Or is it that we voted for this, not with our rigged elections, but with our things, our property, our money? I'm not saying anything new. We all know why we do this, not because Hunger Games books makes us happy, but because we want to be sedated, because it's painful not to pretend, because we're cowards. Society.
Elliot, you're not saying anything. What's wrong?
Nothing.
I hope you enjoyed that movie clip from Mr. Robot, which explains the first key insight and idea for action that I'm going to share with you now. It's about living authentically. There is this very old adage which says that you laugh at me because I am different, but I laugh at you because you are all the same. I think that explains this beautifully. In a world where they don't like people who are different, everyone starts belonging to the herd and we develop what is called as the herd mindset. Living authentically is about identifying our core guiding principles, values and beliefs and staying true to them. It's about making decisions and taking actions that align with these values, like integrity, honesty, humility, courage of conviction and so on. True freedom and happiness comes from living according to one's own values and beliefs. This requires the courage to face potential disapproval, criticism and rejection from others. Let me repeat that. This requires the courage to face potential disapproval, criticism and rejection from others. Around the world, as a leadership coach, I see most people are fearful of voicing their thoughts, of sharing their views, of sharing their opinions, and they end up becoming yes men. They end up becoming fawners, sycophants and hypocrites. That's most part of the world for us today. You will see that silence around the world. People don't question anything. People don't voice their dissent. People have stifled their voices of conscience. You will see wrongs happening around the world and people are not ready to call out the people who are doing wrong. Just like you saw in that movie clip, Mr. Robot, right? you can see people from around the world, businessmen, entrepreneurs, politicians, manipulating people, manipulating labor, manipulating child labor, people being used for illegitimate clinical trials by rich philanthropists in the name of philanthropy, and yet people are fearful of calling them out because they feel that it'll make them less popular. So if we see wrong somewhere, if we see some wrong happening somewhere, we need to stand up and speak out, even if it invites the disapproval, criticism, and rejection by others. That's zero insight for you, and the most important insight that I want to share. The first insight after the zero insight is true happiness comes from within. Focus on your own growth and happiness rather than seeking external validation. The biggest deficit of the world today is self-esteem, and because people lack self-esteem, they indulge in behavior which is always about seeking validation from others. Your validation should come from within. It is called self-esteem, not other people's esteem. Never forget that. And the simple idea for action over here is practice self-reflection and self-care to understand how true happiness comes from within. The need for social approval is a major obstacle. This is insight number 2 for you. Recognize how the need for approval holds you back. The idea for action over here is identify areas where you seek approval and challenge yourself to let go and let be. Insight number 3, you can't please everyone. It's impossible to be liked by everyone. So stop trying to be liked by everyone. You need to take actions. You need to make decisions. You need to make choices which may hurt a few people. And so be it, because you need to stay true to yourself. So prioritize your own needs and values over other people's and societal expectations. That's your idea for action with insight number 3. Insight number 4, your worth isn't defined by others. Never forget that. You define your own self-worth. No one else can define your worth. You are more than your relationships or achievements. You are much more than other people's idea of success. You are much more than what people think of you. You are much more than what people expect from you. So the idea for action over here is practice self-compassion and self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is the key to unlocking your courage to be the sniper. The 5th insight for you is you need to have the courage to be disliked, because this courage is what liberates you, is what helps you to be your true self, to do things that you truly want to do, to make choices that you truly wanted to make, to take decisions that you truly wanted to take, to walk that path less trodden and not follow the herd. This courage will liberate you. So embrace the freedom to be yourself. You do not need to be a picture of other people's expectations and the way other people view you. You need to have the integrity to be true to yourself. The idea for action over here is take small risks to express yourself authentically. The 6th insight, focus on the present moment. Let go of past regrets and future anxieties. Remember this, all you have is the now. We have no control over the past, nor do we have any control over the future. The only influence we have, the circle of influence we have in our life, is the power of now. So focus on the now. Most people are not happy in the now in anticipation of what they expect in the future. Most people are not happy because they are not enjoying what they have in anticipation of what they don't have. So be in the now, enjoy what you have. Idea for action over here is practice mindfulness and meditation. The 7th insight I want to share with you is you can't control others' thoughts. Focus on your own thoughts and actions. I've also covered this in my earlier book review. So watch that. It's also on social media. The idea for action over here is learn to set healthy boundaries in your relationships to protect your own thoughts and respect others' thoughts. This will help reduce conflicts and improve the quality of your interactions. It will improve the quality of your relationship. It will improve the interpersonal, professional, personal relationships that you have. So set healthy boundaries, respect your own boundary and respect other people's boundaries. The eighth insight I want to share with you is self-awareness is the key. Whenever I ask people this question, who are you? Most people, including very senior executives in top positions in UN organizations, Fortune 500 companies, are unable to answer this question. They just can't answer who they are. They're only the title that they have, or the brand of education that defines them, or the car that defines them, or the pen that defines them, or the suit or the watch that defines them. You define yourself by knowing who you are and what you're capable of. Who am I is a very powerful question, and the idea for action is engage in regular introspection, reflection and journaling. The who am I will never be clear, but the more you introspect, reflect and think it through, it will become clearer, and the who am I, the I, will emerge and be better defined. The ninth insight I want to share is most people in the world live in their comfort zone. The comfort zone is a very dangerous place. It's a no-growth zone. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Challenge yourself to try new things every day. At least do one new thing that you've never done before in your life every day. I always tell people in my training workshops and my talks, and this is what I've written in my Mojo Inspirator book, that every day when you wake up, think, introspect, reflect. How can I be better today than what I was yesterday? And three things that you need to do over here. What can I stop doing that is not working so well in my life? 1% improvement. What can I start doing that I've never done before that will enhance my strengths, my powers, and my skills? 2% improvement. 1 plus 1. 2% improvement. Start doing something new every day. And third, what can I continue doing that I'm doing well and do it better? 3% improvement. 3% every day is 1,000% plus every year. So if you live to a good old age of 80, you're 100,000% better version of you by the time you go. Keep that in mind. 3% every day. The idea of action over here is take on a new hobby or pursue a long-held interest. Find ways to contribute to your community or support others. This could be through volunteer work, acts of kindness, or simply being a supportive friend or family member. And challenge yourself to try something new every day. If not every day, at least every week. The 10th insight I want to share with you, and a short insight over here. Happiness is a choice. There is no such thing as the pursuit of happiness. It's a stupid American concept. There's no pursuit of happiness. Happiness is not outside. Happiness is within you. Even the happy chemicals are in your brains. So choose to focus on the positive and cultivate the attitude of gratitude. The idea for action over here is when you wake up tomorrow morning, just take 10 to 15 minutes, play some soothing music, and be grateful that you've woken up today. I promise you it will change the energy of your day. And practice daily gratitude journaling and reframe negative thoughts and transform them into positive thoughts. The 11th insight I want to share with you is let go of the need for perfection. Perfection is the biggest lie of the world. No one, nothing can be perfect. Continuous improvement, Kaizen, is the truth of the world. Embrace your imperfections and limitations. Remember, you are flawsome. The idea for action over here, practice self-acceptance and self-compassion and self-love. Love thyself. It's not narcissistic to love thyself because we need to love ourselves first before we love others. And the 12th or the 13th and the final, because 0 plus 12, remember? The 13th and the final insight I want to share with you. Cultivate meaningful relationships. Surround yourself with people who accept you for who you are. Surround yourself with people who are better than you always, so that they can challenge you, they can inspire you to become better. And the idea for action over here is nurture relationships with people who support and encourage you and inspire you to go beyond and go for extraordinary and get better every day. Not people who are in their comfort zone and in a no-growth zone and are not growing themselves and won't inspire you to grow yourself. Surround yourself with people who are out of their comfort zones, in the growth zone, are growing themselves and inspiring others to grow themselves. So those are the few ideas and insights I want to share with you from this book, The Courage to be Disliked. A single book can change your life. I believe that too, because the insights and ideas for action, if applied in our personal, professional, and all dimensions of life, can give us great results. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to do too much. Small changes make the big difference. Remember that. Thank you so much for viewing this video, and stay tuned for more in the Saturday Write Fever. Namaste.